Hey, what's up, guys? Coming to make a video today. I was at the gym today. I've done 5 straight days no drinking. I was thinking, could do it on occasions, blah blah blah. I can't. I went through too much. I drank enough in the past 10 years for a fucking lifetime and a half. I'm gonna drink this one. It's my last 2 beers ever right here. So I'm gonna drink it. We're gonna sit and we're just gonna chat. Whatever comes off the top of the head. No notes. Last one, man, and I figured why not. Cheers. Sit and have it with you guys. I'm not saying you guys don't need to stop, that you guys need to stop drinking, because it doesn't affect people like everybody. I grew up, my dad was an alcoholic, so I saw that a lot, and it's just not a life I want to live anymore. So like I said, I've really struggled with it, so that's the reason that I can't drink on special occasions. I got a problem. That's where we're at. So today I scrolled on YouTube, because oftentimes I don't go and watch my old YouTube videos, but today I happened to scroll, and I watched the first one for a minute, and I was impressed. I was impressed by who I saw. And I just don't want to let that person down, the person inside of me that first started and thought that we could do this, because we can do this and we're going to do this. You guys like that haircut, baby? Don't drip too hard on the screen for me now. But it's like, yeah, it's time to shoot my shot, man. It's a new chapter for me. Drinking since I was 18. I just turned 28 last month. But I've been making not like a lot of content, but a decent amount of content. But it just upsets me, because it's like 1 like, really, from everybody that I know that's watching my shit. You're gonna give me 1 like, bruh? 1 like? I put too much work into... allow 1 like. I felt way too alone, because I've had a decent family and shit through this all. And through this all has made me realize that none of my family was really meant to be a part of this next chapter with me. So it's like, it's just me. I per se didn't create the idea to start this YouTube stuff. What happened with me is I started to watch people. I've told this throughout my story a lot. MJ Get Right and Steph Is Cold. They're two guys that I watched that I just could like resonate with as a male. And it's like, I don't want to be the worst version of me anymore. I don't want to be average. I don't want an average chick. I don't want an average job. I don't want average money. I don't want an average daughter when she grows up and stuff. Like, that's just not happening in my life. And the only way anything's going to change is if you take that wheel, because recently I've taken the wheel and I've had God with me this whole time, but I've been being disobedient. So I'm steering this way. God's trying to steer the steering wheel back that way. You can't serve 2 masters. You can't serve the devil and Christ. You need to pick. Which side you going on? I'm going home with who brought me to the dance. I'm going home with God, man. I'm going home with God. He's giving me all this. He's giving me this idea for this platform. He's giving me this idea from the business. He's giving me this idea for everything. And so another part, back to the guys that I was watching, Steph Is Cold. He had an uncle that would come around and say, like, this ain't for you, bro. This family ain't for you. This mediocre life ain't fucking for you, type shit. And I never had that uncle that came and pulled me out of my reality or anything like that, which is cool. Because I'm just glad the way that it all worked out, because this whole thing is just a testimony to Christ. People haven't seen it because I've been being an alcoholic and drinking and eating So they haven't seen the Christ image come out of my body yet, which is, I see it today. When you're in the gym working your ass off, it's not that I'm God, but we are made in the image of God. I'm Jason, but God's created this, and I'm a child of God type shizzle. Man, this thing's about halfway done. Let's just ride it out, man. I'm having my last 2 beers. It's a perfect video. And man, I wish they could have went. I wish the people around me that I grew up with and stuff, I wish they could have went. I wish everyone could have went, but that's just not the case. 3 months ago, I started to work out with these 2 guys and stuff, Rob and Ryan, which shouldn't even say their name, whatever. They're still friends, but they're more or less acquaintances. They were never really, like, true friends. They never understood me. They never listened to me. So I was thinking about it earlier. I was thinking about calling Ryan to see if he wanted to work out. There's no point. These people are going to call you because they don't have the urgency to get to the gym. So they're going to call you to see if you'll say yes to go. Where me, my person, my character, would call them to get them on my page, to get them to lift their spirit up to go, not calling them to, if you come with me, then I'll go. I'm not calling you to, because I'm not amped up. I would be calling you to say, dude, let's go to the gym because I want to see you do better. It's like the saying, I looked in your glass to see if you had enough. You look into my glass to see if I had more. I've been in survival, folks. I've been in a survival. This is all survival mode. Up until now, survival mode. There's been no relaxation. I've never felt not anxious. Survival mode. Survival mode, survival mode. I was thinking I was going to do a sheet about things that I went through in my life. The first big catastrophic thing that happened is we did a big family move. We stayed in the town Seabrook, but we did this big move. And I lost all my role models that I had that lived up the hill. And it was my family, and it fucking broke my heart. And for years and years, I never understood why I wasn't worth, like, reaching out with, and then still you being my auntie, and you being my uncle, and you being my... I just never understood it. Why the fuck was I not worth reaching out to and you continuing to be in my life? And that shit's broke me. It's broke me for years and years. Why did Aunt Amanda not come and get me? You know, you'd think back to, like, childhood memories, some of the best times I had. They took me camping once. And then I'm enough. But the thing is, I was enough for me, personally. I was enough for me to make the YouTube page for years and years and years, and then continually trying to build a brand and build something big, and nobody around me was trying to grasp the concept and try to help me or try to work with me for me, like, or my platform, or to be in my family and be, like, it seems so negative, but it's like, this was what I've been going through this whole time, and I've just been drinking through it, and I can't talk about it, because when you talk about it, you're going to get a text from your mom, don't talk about family shit. I feel disconnected from my mom lately. I feel disconnected from my grandmother, my mom's mom. I feel disconnected from my dad. I feel disconnected from my sister. I feel disconnected from my brother. And I just feel like they didn't want me to have a platform. They didn't want me to blow up, and it breaks my fucking heart. It breaks my fucking heart. You know, I've been trying to do this fitness thing for a few years. my sister posted on Facebook. It's all because I've been drinking and fucking eating a lot of food that I haven't had the body that people respect. So I don't blame her, whatever. If she sees this, whatever. But when she posted online that she was looking for a personal trainer, it broke my fucking heart. It broke my fucking heart. The lack of friends and the lack of support, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. And going through this stuff, which, it's not anything too fucking crazy. It's not like I was hungry or thirsty or didn't have the basic necessities I needed, but when I started all this, I expected a little bit more from the people around me, and instead I got nothing. I got no likes, no claps, no shares. It's not negative, it's just my reality. This is what I've been going through, and I want to pull myself out of it. And I guess to say the whole point of this video is like when I recover and I get back up on my feet myself, what is there left for me and the people around me close? What is there? I just went into addiction and fucking low as I ever went, and basically almost crashed out, and there's no one there, but me. Hence where we get to this whole thing where it's all God. People say, oh, Jay's just talking about God a lot. It wasn't me that pulled myself out. I saw a hand come down, and I grabbed it, and now I'm sitting here, and I'm sitting here where fucking 12 minutes into a video, I'm speaking about how I feel, and my family, they almost destroyed me because it's almost like they don't like me. And I've had to sit with that for a lot. Wonder a lot but the weird thing is we're coming around to a time where I'm starting to like me. You can see it. You can see the glow. You can see the tan. You can see the redness from me just getting home from the workout. You can see the haircut I did. You can see the way that I'm speaking. You can see the way that I'm transparently saying, this is my last 2 beers. I can't have them occasionally. I can't drink on a special occasion because I have a problem. And that's where we're here right now. To sit in my problems. I left my parents' house at 18. I moved in with this guy that basically I don't want to say loser, but what else would you want to call it? And then he would just buy me booze and then have me bring girls over, and then he'd creep on the girls, and it was just a horrible situation. Now I've had my own apartment for 5 years. It's tough because I'm always just like paying bills, being a single dad and stuff like that, but no EBT, no government assistance, no family assistance. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's a big boy. Yeah. Oh, he looked at the camera for you guys. That's Frankie. So I got Franklin with an ex last year. She wanted to get a cat, so we got a cat. She said if anything happened, you can keep the cat. Of course something happened. You can keep the cat. So now I got a new cat. Moral of the story, through fucked up situations, it actually always works out in your favor as long as you keep God first and keep yourself first. Bang. Don't knock my camera over. I'm not done. I don't know. We'll probably do, if we can make it to 20 minutes, I'll probably get to 20 minutes. I wanted to give you time to just hang out with me, hear me speak fluently for 15 minutes. You see where my head's at. You see how clear my eyes are. You see me saying I have a problem. We got a drinking problem, and I'm done with that shit. We're on a new chapter. I wanted to come and celebrate and have my last 2 beers with you guys. Reason being, there's no one else in my life to go have a celebration last 2 beers with, to be frankly honest with you. It's me, Jay's Lawn Care, me, Jay Knowles Production, me, 603 Fitness, me. I'm trying to build all this stuff. And it's taken a toll on me because I started this stuff, 4 years-ish ago, 5 years, and trying to juggle it all while being an alcoholic, and it didn't work out. It wasn't working out like that. So we're changing it. We're taking the wheel and we're changing it. The reason that I look decent right now, I haven't drinking in 5 days. 5 days I didn't drink. I'm done drinking. It's kind of ish gone away, the headache, but the reason I was like, fuck it, you know what, I'll have a drink, my head was hurting. And I was like, you know what, maybe I can make a video out of it. Have some transparency between parties here, because I know transparency between parties just doesn't happen anymore, hence how we're fucking poisoned through our food. We're poisoned through the public school system. We're poison. That's all it is your hand was taken from when you were a little kid, and people try and tell you, this is how life is and this is the way things are. No. Things are the way they are when you're around nobody, and you're thinking in your head about how the way you think things go. Your school teacher's not in charge. Local authority's not in charge of you as long as you're not breaking laws. If you're breaking laws, local authority can come and scoop you up. The judge, if you get in trouble, the judge is not in charge of you. If you get in trouble, technically, yes, the judge is in charge of you. Since, we're going to have liberals in the comments going fucking crazy someday, saying, the judge is definitely in charge of you. Yes, in a court of law, if you legally get in trouble, you are obligated to go see a judge and have him decipher what's the best punishment for you that day. But I'm sorry to tell you guys, this isn't elementary school or middle school or high school, and when you go to the principal, got my cat up here. When you go to the principal's not in charge. Yes, you act up in school, that's when, the principal's in charge. It's the Matrix, folks. We've been lied to. We've been led down into the fucking Matrix, like money matters. Like any of that shit matters. I'm gonna get the money and the status and the looks just for the fucking fun of it, but that's the Matrix, folks. That's the Matrix. Life is trees, hiking, water, beach, no man-made roads and shit. That's the Matrix. Man-made roads, cars, man-made houses. So I try and decipher the differences. A house is made by a man. I try and explain this stuff to my daughter. A house is made by a man, but the wood is made by God. But the men go and cut the lumber and do this and that. There's a separation between what God is and what man is. And what public school and stuff tries to do is tries to put only the blinders on you. And God's on the outside of the blinders. Who made the face? Who made the eyes? Who made the blinders you got going? I've been having a really hard time with the conception of everything that's going on, and I've had a hard time relaying what's going on, and I think this video is a good spot to see where I'm at. I'm just thankful for me. I'm thankful for Jay's Lawn Care. I'm thankful for the beautiful daughter I have. I'm thankful for God when he moved me up into this exact apartment. That's an old church. If you're here, there's a reason you're here 20 minutes into the video. There's a church there. This has to do with God. It's God calling you to him. It's not Jason calling you to Jason's J Knowles production. That ain't what it is. It's the magnitude. The way what he's doing with my faith, it's the magnitude. He's using me as a magnet to pull you into him. You see? This isn't my page. You know? I still got a decent amount of my beer left, so I'm gonna hang it up. But thank you for coming and viewing. If you've been here for a while, thank you. If you've just started coming here, thank you. A lot more work's gonna be coming out now that I'm gonna have a clear mind, and you know, I'm really gonna be able to zone in on my work and focus. If you came here today, thank you, because maybe shoot me a like, send me a little bit of energy, or not. The choice is yours. But have a good day, y'all.